Feet parallel. Just have a little shake hand. Wake up the soles of the feet. Feel the muscles falling off the bones.
Are you on mute?
Me,
I can't hear you, but it might be me.
I shouldn't be.
Can other people hear Luke?
Give us a thumb up if you can hear me.
I can't hear you, but it might be me. Oh, you
Yeah,
can. Okay,
I think
something's
it's
going
I
on.
think it's you
Something's
because
going
I
on
was
with
just
my
talking to the other guys.
what's it today?
Okay.
I can't hear.
Shove that out of the way and we'll get going properly. Okay. So, posing, settling into the feet. Activate the legs. Time with the breathing. Feel the breathing, open the chest, open the abdomen. Follow it with the movement of the arms, legs up to the top. Let the head drop lightly behind and the shoulders as well. Wait for the out breath, fold. The temptation is to start the movement, but hold back and wait until you feel the in-breath come in and the chest change shape. Then follow the move. So if you like, it's a training or it's a way of stopping us just rushing into something. It makes us listen and feel before we move. So this exercise is great because we just get out of the way. You know you're going to breathe. We give up our sense of wanting to do something just simply to be with the body and follow the movement. And we don't often follow the movement of the breath in Tai Chi. But as an exercise in waiting, listening, it's a really good exercise because it stretches the spine, wakes us up, creates the movement we want in the spine of opening up all the vertebrae, opening up the intercostal muscles and spaces between the ribs. It combines the listening and the intent to release with this changing and release of the muscles of the body. And it also combines the quality of letting go of the muscles at the base and finding our grounding in the center of the feet. So it's a really good exercise, which seems quite simple, but there's a lot going on. Just a couple more for yourself. In your own timing. Settling down, standing posture. Coming up, settling down. Finally, emptying or releasing any unnecessary holding. You've got the movement up. You've got the letting go and the movement down, sinking. The mind also dropping down through the body. And finally, the release of any unnecessary holding. What we want to try and achieve is that the movement of the sinking combines with the releasing of unnecessary holding. So it's not two things, it becomes one thing. It becomes, as we're sinking, we're releasing unnecessary holding. Now, for a while, that's just going to be two things. It's going to be first you move, and then when you get to the end of the movement, you notice you're still holding on to something. That's fine because you're noticing it. When you notice yourself doing something, it's great because your awareness is there, your awareness is present. You can start to feel the places you're holding on, and then using the right intention of letting go into alignment, you can soften those places. So you start to become attuned, if you like, to where you're holding on to things you don't need. And then we develop it by trying to feel those things at the same time we're letting go, we're moving, and we're letting go at the same time. So when we finish the movement, when the hands arrive, when the knees arrive, when the movement finishes, there's nothing else left to let go. There's no tension in the shoulders, there's no tension in the buttocks, the knees, the hips, quad, the groin. There's no tension in the body. It's released. There's the tension needed to hold the body in place, but there's no unnecessary tension. For example, we don't need the shoulders to be up. That's not supporting my body weight. So the shoulders go. When the shoulder drops, the elbow drops outwards. We get this space under the arm, one fist distance between the arm and the body when the shoulders drop. So the posture we return to is the standing posture, where the head top is up, the body is very loose and free, rather than being held. So let's just play that a little bit. Try it for yourselves. And once again, you may feel, oh, this is a very simple exercise. I understand. Part of your mind kicks in and goes, this exercise is too simple to me. I want something more complicated. I want something more deep. I want something more, it's going to teach me the magic of Tai Chi. This exercise will take you there. What you will find from this exercise, the principles of letting go, principles of both coordination and then synchronization of your muscle changes, and how the mind intent synchronizes your whole body to change together, is the direction you follow. So it becomes a subtle thing rather than a big, exciting Chinese martial art thing. It becomes very soft, very subtle, and very internal. Simply releasing. And at the same time, aligning body and the mind, doing one thing together. Just like a stone dropping through water, simply dropping through water. Settling into the earth, falling away from the hands. Aware of the head top, aware of the connection on the ground. Okay, shaking that. So you can guarantee that when you start to do the form, you're going to forget the head top and the feet. You're going to forget the quality of fully letting go. You're going to do the movement and your head is going to be involved in where do my hands go next? Or your mind goes, Which direction am I going in? Or where's the weight of my feet? Those sorts of thoughts take you away from the sensations of the body. This exercise puts you in touch with the direct sensations of the body. When you do the form, so many complicated moves, new moves, moves you don't know so well, directions you're not sure of, your mind starts getting busy. Just like daily life, our mind starts getting busy. We forget our head top, we forget the feet, and we forget the simplicity of just resting on the earth. The form then becomes a small version of our daily life. Can I remember my head top? Can I remember the simplicity of just standing and being, of resting in my upright frame? Simple things, but things that go a long way. Last week we did exercise number 1 in some detail. We're going to do exercise 1 now, and then exercise number 2 in detail. So exercise number 1, starting with the hands, the wrists at the height of the base of the throat, facing 12 o'clock, moving on to the left leg, turning to the right, turning to 1 o'clock as I move on to the left leg. Squaring and completing the posture back to the beginning posture, releasing to the opposite side and turn. Square, release, and turn. This is very much like the beginning movement of the form, where we move across and turn and move back. In fact, it's exactly the same. This movement of turning, the arms aren't involved the same, but the movement of the body, the grounding, the stability, the letting go, and the settling onto the weight onto the foot is the same. We're pouring our weight to the left foot and turning. If the muscles don't change, the turning's difficult because that will pull the knee in. So the muscles in the leg need to be loose and changing, so that when the hips turn and when this hip joint opens, it doesn't pull the knee with it. So be really careful that your knee isn't moving and that you feel stable in your leg. That you're sinking the whole time, that you're remaining upright, that your base is leading the upper body. Base sinks, upper body follows. When you pour your weight to the foot, there's no tension in the ankle, there's no tension in the calf, there's no tension in the ligaments of the ankle. If there is, go slowly. Make more effort to release as you move, and don't turn so far. Try and do the exercise not to get to the right place, not to get all your weight over and turn to the corner, but to do it in a way that makes you stable. So you're practicing being stable. You're not practicing moving to the correct, whatever the correct place is, because if you're stable, you're in the correct position. If you've released your muscles and moved, you're doing Tai Chi. If you turn to exactly the right angle, you're following your teacher's guidance. And I want you to do Tai Chi, not follow the guidance. I want you to follow your own body and find the positions that make sense for you, given the Tai Chi principles of stability, change, looseness, strength, not necessarily positions. Feel the body changing. Same quality of listening that we brought into the first exercise, same quality of listening. We feel the body changing. Then 20 swings of that exercise really puts you in a place where you're starting to listen to your stability, listen to your grounding, and listen to your free movement of the hips too. Second loosening exercise starts. Before we move on, any questions with the first loosening exercise? Is there anything you want to ask, or anything you notice about what you do that maybe doesn't quite fit into how I've described it, or something? If there is anything, please please unmute.
When you when you go from side to side, you know, you think of your hips as being a level. Are your hips raising when you get to the center?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, so it's not totally flat side to side.
No, you're coming, say 3 centimeters or an inch, but it's like it's not more than that. So it's just a little bit. It wants to be the amount. You know, when you go to sleep at night and you wake up in the morning, you're a little bit taller, just a little bit taller. That's how much you want to move up and down. So when we're compressed by gravity, when we relax the muscles, gravity will push us lower, make the body a little bit more compressed. That's how far you want to go down. It's not like you're trying to look, my glass level is at the top of the screen. It's not like I'm trying to get to there. Okay. I'm just letting go. And as I let go, I sink a little bit. I don't sink more than that amount. So the sinking isn't to do with lowering. It's not to do with taking yourself to a new position, because what this does is the muscles hold on and just change their position. We're not looking for the muscles to change their position. We're looking for them to change their quality. And the quality a muscle can have is that it's either contracted or it's releasing, or it's stretching or unstretching. We won't go into that right now. Contracting or releasing. When the muscles release, it allows the weight of the body onto the legs. When the muscles of the abdomen and the lower back release, it allows the weight of the chest cavity and the shoulders onto it. When the muscles of the neck and the upper body and the middle back changes, it allows the shoulder girdle to drop. So you can see there are blocks of muscles in our body. When they're holding on, everything stays up. When these muscles don't change, everything stays in place because the muscles hold it. As soon as these muscles change, everything above it is acting with gravity and presses in. And what we want is we want a coordination of those changes, so that when the legs change, this, like a ball floating on water, immediately has somewhere to sink into. Immediately change. You don't want it holding up. The legs change, there's a gap, then the body changes, then there's a gap, then the shoulders change. Can you see where I'm getting at with this, in terms of listening to how your body moves like a simple worm or something?
Yeah, it's you would you say you kind of feel like the gravity going through almost? Like when you go fully into one leg, it's almost like a ripple kind of.
Yeah,
That's kind of a brute way to describe it, I guess,
yeah,
but
yeah. And you want the base to be leading and the rest of the body to be following that movement, and everything to finish together. Well, that's a training method. Training method to get you to understand how the muscles change is to try and make the timing so that when the base finishes, the upper body also finishes at the same time. Everything comes to a completion, like the hands of a clock arriving at 12 o'clock together. So when we do the exercise, everything together. Okay, let's do number 2. Good question. Number two, starting position is exactly the same. 4 swings of the arms and my body settles down over 4 swings of the arms. So basically I'm doing this exercise where I go from my height, drop an inch, over 4 swings of the arms. When the arms drop, 1, 2, 3, 4, both together. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm at the lowest position, and then I come up. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the letting go of the legs, the torso, the shoulder girdle, stacks the body up. We want that process to take place over an elongated period. We don't want it to happen quickly and get stable quickly. We want to slowly feel the body ooze into stability. So we use the timing of the arms. There's more to it than this, but put simply, we use the timing of the arms to sink over 4 seconds or 4 swings of the arms. We use the slow activation of the muscles to rise up over 4 swings of the arms. There's more to it than that, but simply put, so when we start the arms dropping, we start the legs sinking, all as one. 1, keep the legs sinking. 2, keep the legs and lower back sinking. 3, keep the upper body sinking. 4. When we come up, we start with the legs. 1, draw up through the abdomen, chest, shoulders, back and neck. 4 swings coming up, coming down. 1, 2, 3, 4. When I'm in this position, I'm not looking to be hard on the ground. I'm looking for my standing posture where I'm loose, like a piece of corn standing in the wind. So when you first do it, you'll feel quite heavy in the legs and quite strong and stable. But what you want to get a sense of is falling away from the crown of the head. So rather than moving your whole body down, something's falling away inside you and leaving the head top behind. So yes, there's a small amount of going down, but you could say if you keep the head top up, the down is on the inside, not on the outside. Spine structures. Base falls away, the knees bend, and the base falls away, the lower back opens, and the spine, the joints in the spine open, rather than the body lowering. That's a play. The weight stays in the center of the feet the whole time, the outside edge engaged. As soon as the knees bend, the lower back releases. So on the way down, focus mainly on the way down. As soon as the knees start to bend, the lower back tail drops. And you can imagine a weight on the tail hanging, a weight hanging on a rope or something off the tail, just to get this joint to change its position. So there's a rotation in the hips this way. They often say tuck the tail, but we don't want to tuck the tail under because that's an active tightening of the muscles to move the tail into a new position. We want to take the holding in the legs away so the pelvis can find its own level, like a boat in water. And this is done through releasing the lower back and the hip joints. You have to also release the front to make the pelvis rotate. rather than a pushing under. If you tuck under, you'll be tightening somewhere. So make sure when you do it, it comes from the knees bend, the tail releases, the hip joints soften and seat. And then coming up, 2, 3, 4. If you get lost on the count, doesn't matter, you just start again. Whether you do 2 or 6 on the way down, try and do 4, but if you do end up doing 6, it really doesn't matter. As long as you keep that continual releasing taking place. And coming up, continual activation of the knees, so the knees are straightening lightly as you come up. They never lock, the knees never lock, but they come up and move down. They come up and move down. Coming up, you don't lose stability. Sinking down, you don't lose stability. Losing stability means somewhere in the body becomes tight. We feel like we're hovering over the ground rather than connected to it. Just a couple more for yourself. I'm going to have a little look in the screen. Watch your movements. And again, if there are any, let me just look first, but then if there are any questions. So who's got some extra connection down to the ground? Extra alignment in the spine with that weight on your shoulders. Lovely. Nice to see. Good. Okay, nice loose movements. Any thoughts or questions with that exercise?
I find that quite a challenging one compared to the first one. Feels
Yeah, why
like,
is that? Why is it challenging?
I don't know, this one just feels more, I could just, I can get into it, and it, whereas this one, it feels clunky is the word that I would use, just trying to not end up down and stuck, just that. Whereas when I go to the side, it seems easier to soften, and
Right,
I don't
right.
know, just
Yeah. I think everyone has favorites, definitely.
yeah,
Um, there's a definite with loosening exercise number 1, there's definitely a whole body movement.
yeah. And this one is, well, I like the ones that involve the body, the rotate more of the rotation of the body. I suppose I
So,
find it easier to
okay.
be more intuitive that way.
The number 2 is primarily used to look at the forces that rise up, the vertical forces in the body, the forces that rise through the body, so that when the body changes, like all the muscles change like water in the body, the forces can rise through the body. If the body just lands on the ground, you don't get that happening. You have to get the fluid movement of the muscles and the waves of the changes to get the movement from the ground to come up through to the head top. Number 2 is a tricky one because for a long time you just feel kind of like the movement of the body, and those muscle changes are yeah, they're subtle.
I think for me, similar to Louise, that it's harder because the movement in your knees are so subtle. It you're moving like millimeter by millimeter as opposed
Yeah,
to this is a quicker change,
it
right?
should be the same.
Really?
Yeah, it
So
should be the same.
okay, okay, yeah.
And it feels like you've got more space
The amount of movement
with
in the knees
with the
should be the
turning.
same.
Yeah, but it just feels easier.
Then you know what they say. If it feels difficult, then that's the exercise to focus on. But you know what people do? What people do is they avoid the ones they don't like. And
Yeah,
this is how
do the
this
ones
is
that you feel good.
no, they do people do what feels good because uh generally that's what we do in life. And this is how Tai Chi changes from teacher to teacher because the teachers focus on what they really enjoy about the practice. They don't focus on the bits that are difficult or the bits that are challenging or the bits they don't understand. And then the Tai Chi gets lopsided in some ways. So my recommendation, stay with the ones that feel awkward. Maybe don't do them for as long, but stay with the ones that feel awkward and do a little bit of them. Try and make them your friends. Okay, let's do some form. Just change my screen. Heels touching, tongue on the roof of the mouth. Weight in the three parts of the feet, sternum raised, crown of the head raised, body released. Settle down. Sensations of the body. Experience the sensations. Notice any unnecessary holding in the body. Sinking down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Same as the second loosening exercise. Same as the first loosening exercise. Coming up. Settling down, same as the second loosening exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4. Find the back foot. Turning up, holding the ball, facing 3 o'clock. Sink forwards, both legs sinking. Find that stable place in the middle where your body's upright and your weight's 50-50 and you're organized. Move on to the front foot. Only when you're fully on the front foot turn. Empty step with the heel gliding. Stay in the middle 50-50, turn in the middle. Sink into both feet 50-50. Move forward onto the right, turning slightly anti-clockwise. Only when your weight is fully 100% on the left turn. Step empty, heel step with the right, glide in 50-50 position. Turn, ward off right. Roll back, sit right back. Stable and upright on the left foot. Turn up, turn back. As you sink forwards, the wrist touch. When you're in the middle, the wrist touch. Press. Draw back to the left foot. As you reach the middle, the elbows drop, push position, and push. Draw back to the left foot, drop the hands. Turn. Keep turning as you sink to the right foot. Turn back clockwise, hold the ball. Turn to 12 o'clock, lift the left hand, slide in the left toes. Step out with the heel of the left. 9 o'clock. Square to 9 o'clock. Single whip. Move on to the left foot. Turn and scoop. Drawing the toes. Lifting hands. Drop the hands. Turn the toes, turning on the right heel so both feet face 9 o'clock. Lift the left hand. Turn back, slide in the right toes. Step to 10:30. As you sink in, you drop the left arm, sinking, shoulder stroke. Remember, shoulder stroke feels like you've got a cage around the body. Both hands are on the center line, quite close to the body, so one fist from the hand to the chest.
I think we didn't go that far,
Didn't
did
we?
we? I think we stopped at single whip last time.
I'm just looking at my notes.
We did. We drew the.
Did we do
Yes, we
left
did that.
hand?
And you talked about keeping it circular and not bringing the elbows.
Okay, we didn't do shoulder stroke.
We didn't move on to that. I think that was the last move that we did last. Yeah.
Okay, I'll put it down to my age.
You're not allowed to do that.
Lifting hands, the last move. So let's go from the push. Right foot forwards facing 3 o'clock. Into single whip. First movement, all your weight's going to come to the back foot. At the same time, leave the hands where they are. See, they're facing up at 45 degrees. Just let them come parallel to the ground. They're facing like an A-frame. Let them open out. This position. So they drop parallel to the ground and they open outwards and drop parallel to go all one movement as you sit back. So they arrive in this position at the same time that you arrive sinking onto the back foot. Now this sinking onto the back foot is exactly the same as this sinking, except it's on one leg. So if you don't like second loosening exercise, you don't like this posture either, because it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm on the back leg and I've released and sunk. When you arrive on the back leg, the arms are in position, you're ready to turn. Because you're upright and you're stable and you're loose. Turn. Pass the weight to the right leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn. Holding the ball. Turn to 12 o'clock, lift the left fingers. When you lift the left fingers, they're coming up around a ball. We've got an imaginary ball here, and the left hand's just coming up. So it's coming up under the underside of the ball, the outside of the ball. So your right hand is at the top of the ball, your left hand comes up underneath until the fingers are just by the right wrist. The fingers are just by the right wrist. Form a hook. And as soon as you start to turn, the hook stays where it is and your body moves with the left hand away from the hook. Step. Your step is part of that turn. Move into the center, still keeping the hook where it was. Move away from the hook. Your left hand is where it was, in front of the center. 9 o'clock. And small opening of the back knee, sinking, the hand turns over. Single whip. Move on to the left foot, move forward onto the left foot. Scoop and turn. Slide in the right toes, push out the right heel. So you can see my feet. Move forward. My right heel comes off the ground. I'm 100% in the front foot. Turn. Scooping with the hands. Slide in the toes with that turn. And as you sink, all the weight to the left, push out the heel. There's no weight in the heel, but the heel has gone forwards. If you swing it out the way, it's going to miss your back heel. Hands are scooped. Your left hand is closer. your right hand further away, like catching an elbow. Let's go from push together, and we'll do the new move. Sit back, drop the hands. Change any muscles inside the body you need to, so you feel really relaxed and upright over the left foot. Turn. Sink to the right leg. Before you turn, just make sure you release any muscles in the body you need to. No unnecessary holding, the body feels very loose. Turn clockwise, drop the left hand underneath. Pull on the hook. Turn, lift the left hand up the outside of the ball so it meets the wrist of the right. Now you're facing 12 o'clock. Slide in the toes of the left. Step out with the heel. Turn into 9 o'clock, moving away from the hook, which is facing 12 o'clock. Square and expand, turning the left hand over. Single whip. Both stance facing 9 o'clock. Square posture, the hips forward, left hand forward, hand out to the side. Try and have the wrist at the height of the base of the throat. All the fingers touching the thumb. I'll do it facing this way. Move forward onto the left foot so the right heel comes off the ground. When you've got all the weight in the right foot without the knee collapsing, keep the knee where it is, just turn the hips, scoop, slide in the right toes, sink and push out the heel, raise arms or lift arms. The hands are facing 12 o'clock. The right foot is facing 12 o'clock, the left but no weight in it. The left foot is facing 9 o'clock because the left foot hasn't moved. Let's do the new move, which is shoulder stroke. Have a look from lift hands. The hands drop. The right hand protecting the groin, one fist from the groin. When the hands are low, turn. My right toes come in. My feet are now parallel to 9 o'clock. I'll do it the way we do it in the form. Lift hands. Drop the hands. Turn to 9 o'clock. In that turning, let's do it from here. In that turning, my left hand opens up, turn back, and it folds in, one fist from the ear. Familiar move that we've done before. The hand opens up and the hand comes in. Very much similar to roll back. The hand opens up and the hand comes in. Turn my hips one way and the hand opens up. Turn back and it folds in. Here, lift hands, drop the hands, turn, both feet face 9 o'clock. As I'm turning, my left hand opens up. As I turn back, it folds in. Let's just do that little piece. So we go from single whip, facing 9 o'clock. Just set yourself up, give yourself time to put the hips square to 9 o'clock, bring the body upright. Left hand as if it's resting on something, right hand to the hook position to 12 o'clock. Trickle the weight forward to the left foot, bring up the right heel off the ground. Find your stability in the left leg. Turn the hips, scooping the fingers, slide in the right toes, sink and push out the right heel. Drop both hands. The right hand stays one fist from the groin, protecting the groin. As you turn, there's no weight in the right foot. The right toes come in, so both feet are facing 9 o'clock, and your left hand lifts. As you turn back, the left hand folds. And we'll look at the feet in a minute. Just practice that a few times, and then we'll look at the feet. So from single whip, move forward to the left foot, turn and scoop, bring in the right foot, sink, push out the right heel. Drop the hands, turn open, bring in the right toes, turn back and forth. Keep the weight on the left foot. As you turn open, keep the weight 100% on the left foot. Okay. Couple of little adjustments. When you're in single whip here, someone's coming to punch you here, don't drop your arms too low because they're already in. Catch them. Catch the arm. Don't come down here in order to come up. It's too slow. In. As soon as you start to turn, the hands start to scoop. Rolling the shoulders. Catch the arm. Turn the hand over. Dropping the hands isn't just dropping the hands. You've caught the arm, roll it over. This is an arm lock, essentially an arm lock. Turn open, turn back. Have a look at the feet. You can, if you're not catching it 100% now, you can always just go over the video to catch it. So have a look at the move. Lift arms, drop the hands, turn, feet are parallel to 9 o'clock. Turn open the left hand. As you turn back, the hips turn back, the left arm folds, the right foot comes in. It's moving not because you're moving your leg, it's moving because the thigh is attached to the hips and the hips are turning. So this movement, sliding the foot on the ground, comes from the hips turning back. You turn one way and the left arm lifts. You turn the other way back again, the left arm folds, the right toes come in. Step out to 10:30, and as you sink into both feet, your left hand drops into this position. Cage around the body, one fist from the left hand to the chest, one fist from the right hand to the groin. The right hand was already at the groin. From here, it stays there. The left hand sinks in as your body sinks into the 50-50 position. And just to align you properly on this one, your direction is to 10:30. So the focus forwards is towards 10:30. We haven't gone to that direction yet, so it's a new one. We're going towards 10:30, but your hips are more towards, say, somewhere between 9:30 and 10 o'clock. So it's not that your hips and your front foot align. In this, you're not aligning your front foot and your hips. You're slightly at an angle. Shoulder stroke, you're leading with your shoulders. So your foot's forwards to the corner. Your shoulders leading to the corner, but your hips are not to the corner. They're just slightly towards 9:30, 10 o'clock, something around there. Doesn't really matter where they are. They're more there. That's the posture you're looking for, shoulder stroke. And next week, we'll look at the more more details of it once you've learnt the posture and know where the weight is, know where the corners are, know where the hands are. Let's do it a couple of times. Let's go from the beginning. Turn, hold the ball. Facing 3 o'clock. Step left to the front, 12 o'clock, ward off left. Step right to 3 o'clock, ward off right. Turn to the corner, turn back. Sit the weight to the left foot. Stay on the left foot, turn open. Turn back, holding the left arm. 50-50 weight. Press. Draw back to the left foot. Move in, 50-50 weight, drop the elbows. Push. Move away from the fingertips. Weight in the left foot, turn. Weight to the right foot, turn. Stay on the right foot 100%. Form the hook. Turn to 12 o'clock, slide in the left ball with the foot, step out with the left heel. Single whip facing 9 o'clock. Here are the new moves. Move forward onto the left and turn and scoop with the fingertips. Bring in the right toes. Sink and push out the heel. Lift hands. Drop the hands. Turn. Right toes come in. Left hand lifts. Turn back. Left hand folds. Right foot comes in. Step to 10:30 with the right heel. Sink into 50-50, dropping the left arm onto the center line of the body. Okay, how did you get on with that last move? Is there enough there on the video, on the recording for you to follow that one accurately? You may just have to go through it once quickly to get it, you know?
Yeah, I have a few more questions about the transfer of weight in that
Okay.
last one. It's you said to keep the weight on the left even when you do the rollback,
Yeah,
and then you're bringing your right foot in before you step.
yeah, you bring it in and then step. So imagine someone's trying to kick your shin,
Yeah.
kick down the shin. You take your foot out the way and then you step in. So you're in this position. You drop the hands down. They want to kick your shin at this point. As you turn back, you bring your foot out the way. You're still 100% in the left foot. And as you turn this way, your hand folds in and your foot comes back. This is one move. Then you step out and sink in. That makes sense?
Yep.
Great. Good. Good. Then you can practice it. So, you know, when you practice it, get the moves down, understand which bits are doing what when. And then when you get the feeling of, yeah, I can coordinate my body to fold the arm in, turn the hips and bring the right toes in. Make sure that movement, you remain stable. Make sure in that turning, you're not tightening your body, that you're staying very, very loose and stable when you turn. So you're just kind of like rocking on that foot without the movement making you tight, or without the movement tightening up your muscles. Yeah, so you start to incorporate the inner workings of the body rather than just get the movements right. Yeah, especially Louise, because you've done the form before. These are the sorts of things to look for in the movements, and Sue as well, you've done the form before. Yeah. Okay. We're out of time, folks. So thank you very much. Nice one. We will
Thank you.
just to let you know before you go, I'm away next week. I'm out in the woods camping for a week, so I'm going to send you a pre-record. So we'll do the next move, but it'll be a full class. It's just that it'll be you can watch it whenever you like, and I won't be looking at your moves. So you're free to do whatever you want. Enjoy, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks.